guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be showing you my eyeshadow palette collection. So if you guys want to see that, then keep watching. Also, if you enjoyed this video and would like to see more, then why not hit that big red subscribe button down below this video or over on my YouTube channel. So I'm not going to go into too much detail with my eyeshadow palettes just because I do have a lot here, but I really thought you guys might like to see what my eyeshadow palette collection is like, and don't forget to comment down below and let me know what your favourite eyeshadow palette is as well. So just starting off the top of the pile here, and it is the NYX eyeshadow palette, and this one is in the Dreamcatcher palette. And it just looks like that. So it's got a lovely collection. I really like this palette actually because it's got lovely shades of kind of golds and browns, and you can actually do lovely smoky soft looks with this palette as well. So that is the first palette in my collection, and they're actually a really good brand if you're only starting off as well. The pigmentation is brilliant in the little eyeshadow palette as well. The next one is actually probably the first eyeshadow palette that I purchased ever, and it is by Urban Decay, and it is the Naked palette. This is a great little eyeshadow palette, and as you can see I've hit pan in a couple of the shades here. At one stage I did pick this up a lot more than I have been doing lately, but I must go back to it and create some more eyeshadow looks as well. But that is the Urban Decay Naked palette. I've also got the Smoky eyeshadow palette from Urban Decay as well. So that is what the Smoky eyeshadow palette looks like. Unfortunately didn't really use, so I think I'll have to pop that on my makeup counter, so I make use of that in the next few weeks as well. So the next eyeshadow palette is the Urban Decay's Naked Palette 2. That is what the eyeshadows look like. Similar shades enough to some of the colours in the other Urban Decay palettes as well. I also have the Naked Heat palette as well, which I absolutely adored. So they are the shades, and I absolutely adored this palette. And I really was hooked on the burnt orange shades for autumn last October, and it was nice to have something a little bit different to the other eyeshadows that I have been using lately as well. So the next two eyeshadow palettes are by Makeup Revolution, and they're just these ones here. So this is the first one, and this is the Reloaded Iconic Vitality eyeshadow palette. And these two little eyeshadows are definitely dupes for the Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow palettes. As you can see in this one, it's more like the Modern Renaissance palette. And the second one is this one here, and it's the Reloaded Iconic Division palette. And it is a total dupe for the Subculture palette then as well. And the next little eyeshadow palette is by Zoeva, and it's the Caramel Melange. And again, it's got all those lovely kind of burnt orange, kind of autumnal shades as well, which I went crazy for last October. But I really loved this palette as well, and I will be making a lot more use out of that this autumn again. So the next eyeshadow palette is by NYX, and it's their Warm Neutrals palette. Just looks like that. They are the shades, and as you can see I definitely had a little obsession with the burnt orange shades last autumn. They're really pretty and really creamy, and I really love this eyeshadow palette. I also have the Pippa palette, and it just looks like that, and again I've hit pan in that. This was a really handy little palette to have because it has your blusher, your bronzer, your highlighter, and then all your shades that are also all matte as well, which is handy. That's actually one of the palettes I bring on holidays with me. No matter where I go, I always have this one with me because it's just got everything I need in it, and I keep going back to that time and time again as well. So that is the Pippa palette. So the next eyeshadow palette is by The Balm, and it's their Nude Dude Volume 2 eyeshadow, and they are the eyeshadows in it. So the next eyeshadow palette is the Be Perfect eyeshadow palette, and they are the shades that are in that collection as well. I find myself not going back to that very often, which is a shame because they are pretty colours. The next eyeshadow palette is by Kat Von D, and it's just this one here. I have to say I absolutely have loved this eyeshadow palette. This is definitely one I keep going back to. I like the fact that they're all matte, and you can create the most stunning smoky eye looks with this as well. I just think it is beautiful. And the black in this eyeshadow palette is probably the darkest black I've ever used in my entire life. It is a brilliant eyeshadow palette and I absolutely adore this palette so much. And it's probably my favourite in my entire collection of eyeshadows. That is the Kat Von D eyeshadow contour palette. The next one is the NARS palette, and that is what that eyeshadow palette looks like. Really, really gorgeous. Definitely glad I picked it up. A little bit more expensive than what I probably would normally pay for an eyeshadow palette, but I really love the colours in this and I think they're really soft and creamy, and I definitely would recommend this eyeshadow palette to anyone. So the next eyeshadow palette is by Too Faced, and it is their natural matte eyeshadow palette, and that is what it looks like. And again, this one is brilliant just for on the go, creating lovely soft smoky eye makeup looks as well. So that has been one of my favourites too. The next eyeshadow palette is by I Heart Makeup, and it is the Naked Chocolate palette, which just looks like that. And it's this gorgeous melted chocolate cover as well. It just makes you want to eat it. That is what the eyeshadow palette looks like on the inside. I'm pretty impressed with the pigment in this little eyeshadow palette as well. I also have the I Heart Makeup eyeshadow palette in the Salted Caramel one, which is this one here. And this is a dupe for the Semi-Sweet Chocolate Bar by Too Faced, and it's just beautiful. Like, I don't know how they get away with it, but they're stunning colours. Especially this blue up here as well, I love it. And again, the pigment is stunning in this as well. So the next eyeshadow palette is another Kat Von D one, and this one is the Chrysalis eyeshadow palette, and it just looks like that. Gorgeous cover on the front of it, and that is what the palette looks like on the inside. Bit disappointed with this palette. Really didn't use it very often. Not that I don't love the colours or anything, but I'm a little bit afraid of purples. I don't know why. I had a bad experience when I was a kid. Probably put too much eyeshadow and didn't know what I was doing with it as well. I kind of think I looked like I could have been in maybe ABBA in the 70s, but no offence to ABBA, but I don't think that's the look you're going for. That is the Chrysalis eyeshadow palette. The next eyeshadow palette is by Too Faced, and it's their Semi-Sweet Chocolate Bar, which just looks like that. And already I can smell the scent of chocolate coming out of this palette. It's so amazing. And as you can see, the colours are so similar to the Salted Caramel in the I Heart makeup as well. And I love how buttery and creamy this eyeshadow palette is. The next eyeshadow palette is also by Too Faced, and it's their Sweet Peach eyeshadow palette, which just looks like that. And that is the inside of it then. And again, that smells really, really strong of peaches. Gorgeous, but I love that palette as well. The next eyeshadow palette is by Huda Beauty, and it's their Rose Gold Edition palette, which just looks like that. They are the eyeshadows then in it. And these are gorgeous. I love how creamy these are as well. You only need the smallest amount of eyeshadow in this eyeshadow palette, because a little goes a long way because they're so pigmented, but absolutely beautiful, and I love this palette so much. The other eyeshadow palette by Huda Beauty that I own as well is the Desert Dust palette, which is this one here. They are the colours that are in this collection. The next two palettes are by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and the first one is the Modern Renaissance palette. Just looks like that. Again, super pigmented as well. And second Anastasia Beverly Hills palette that I own is the Subculture palette, which is this one here. They are the shades that are in it as well. And I absolutely adore the green shades. I think they are super pretty as well. And I love this mustard shade as well. So that is the Subculture palette. The last two eyeshadow palettes of my collection are the Full Spectrum by Urban Decay, which is this one here. And it just looks like that. Really, really strong, vibrant shades. Brilliant if you are looking for a more kind of full on kind of crazy glam eyeshadow look, but I have dipped into this eyeshadow palette quite a bit as well, and it is really pigmented, and but they are so gorgeous, and that is the full spectrum eyeshadow palette. The last eyeshadow palette is the Urban Decay's Alice in Wonderland palette, which is this one here. And this eyeshadow palette, if I didn't get it, I thought I was going to have a nervous breakdown because I really wanted it. It's so pretty and I'm obsessed with it. And they are the eyeshadows. Again, probably not colours that you're going to use every day, but if you want to create quite an unusual look or something a little bit striking, then this is perfect for that then as well. So that's it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't be afraid to give me a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Till next time, bye.